What's up, YouTube? I'm gonna be changing the front main seal, and this is a Honda Accord 09. This is actually the dreaded bolt that gives everybody a hard time. I'm gonna try a few methods to see if I could get it off. Now, most guys, they take the belt off first, but in this case I'm gonna leave the belt on. I do have the tool to hold it, but I'm gonna try see if I could crack it loose without putting that tool on. So it's a 19mm socket, and I got it on my impact gun. So I got this set on full blast in reverse, so I'm gonna see if I could break it loose like that. Oh, look at that, one shot and I got it. Now they got a special 19mm just for this. The methods I was gonna try was the regular size. If this didn't work, then I will go with the short, which puts more, it allows the gun to put more torque into the socket. If that doesn't work, there's actually a special socket they make, and the thing with that socket is the sidewall is very thick. In my case, I was able to just use this one, put the gun on high and get it off. Now the other way to get it off, with the special socket that I was saying, or even a regular socket like I used, if you take the belt off, I left the belt on just to create some tension on it, but if you take the belt off, even with the belt on, sometimes if it's so tight the whole thing rotates. So they have something like this. You could get this from AutoZone, to rent. This is the part number, hopefully it shows. But you could rent this tool from AutoZone, and you put a breaker bar on this end, or a ratchet, and it fits in here. So when you put it on, it sits like so, sits right in there. You put your ratchet or your breaker bar on this end, and you could put it in this position, put the bar on, whichever way that you could get your bar in here, so when it rotates it could stop. It hits like maybe the lower control arm, and that would hold it like so and prevent the whole thing from spinning. After you prevent that from spinning, then you go in with your socket and your gun, and this is going to hold it, and you back it out. So now I'll go ahead, I'll remove the serpentine belt so I could take the pulley off. And this is the tool that they made just for taking off Honda crank bolts. You could see the wall, very thick. Same 19mm sits on it, but with the thicker wall, it gives you a harder hit. It's a scientific explanation behind it. I'm not really going to get into that, but that's how it looks. And the only thing with that is, when you use that particular tool, you cannot use this one. So if you put this in to hold it from rotating, it's actually not gonna work, because if you look, once this is in, this does not go in. So you got that to hold it, the socket won't go in, so you have to use the smaller one to get in there. Unless you leave the belt on and you find a way to hold the pulley, then you get this one on and you break it loose. Now I gotta go in, I gotta finish taking this off. And usually you don't need a puller to take the pulley out, but let's see what happens. And I should be able to just grab it and pull it. Okay, I got some movement, which is good. Try to get it on the other side. And there we go, came out. Now there's a pin in it right here, you could see it. Make sure you don't lose that. If you lose that, you got to get a new one put in. But it looks like that. It's like a keyway. It slides in, and if I was to zoom in, and the keyway sits right here. Now the seal that's got to get changed is this seal. Now I'm going to be using a seal puller. You could order these or go to your local auto parts store and get them. This is a performance tool. The part number is W1219. You see it has two different ends, depends on what seal you're pulling with it. So I'm going to be using the longer end, or any end that works is fine. Now when you use this tool, you don't want to let it press against this shaft. If you damage this shaft, then that's when you have more leaks. So you just kind of want to put it in and go against the outside. It's fine to have a few nicks and dings on the outside, that's fine. You hook it and you pull it out. There you go, pop right out. And once it pops out, this is what it looks like. There's a spring in the back of it. That's what keeps the tension. So the outside diameter is what sits on this outside part, and the inside where the spring is, that's what sits over. Sit like so, and that's what keeps the oil from seeping through. So the spring kind of squeezes it against this piece, and that's what gives you that tight seal. Now you could see the new seal is in. So now I just got to put the pulley back on. Now remember that pin, I still have the pin in the pulley, and on the surface of the pulley that's gonna touch the seal, I clean it up with some brake parts cleaner, get all, you know, any kind of oil or anything that's on it. You want to make sure it's clean, no sand, gravel, no kind of dirt. And then it's just to line it up, slide it in, just like that. That's in. Put the bolt back in. So I got the tool on to hold the harmonic balancer, the pulley, and I got the breaker bar in there, and that's gonna hold it so I could torque it. Now this bolt, from what I'm seeing, it should be torqued at 180 foot-pounds or 181 foot-pounds. There's some more reading to it. You guys could look that up if you have to do it. If it's a new bolt and a new pulley, you got to torque it to like 186, then back it out and torque it again. But all torque specs for this so far is telling me 180, 181. Please do your own research on it. just to make sure. Buy your manual, look in the manual and see what the manual says. So I have this to hold it from spinning. Now I'm gonna go in with my socket, and I'm gonna have to put an extension on it, but I'm gonna go with my torque wrench and torque it down to spec. Hear that click? I know it's torqued. And that's that. From here is just to put the belt back on, double check everything, crank it up, make sure everything is right, and job is done. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.